Well, it's nearly 11 o'clock in the evening. I'm still in my work uniform. Let's talk Warhammer. Hello there, people of YouTube land. Once again, it is I, the Zombie Messiah, and in this video, that was just the laptop saying I've got too much stuff running. But anyway, in this video, I am going to be talking about what I think about the new upcoming 8th edition of Warhammer 40,000. Now, for those of you who don't know what Warhammer 40,000 is, it's a model miniatures it's a model miniatures tabletop game which takes place in the far future of the 41st millennium, where the entirety of humanity now makes up a singular imperium of man, and they are at war with everything else in the galaxy. Even humans who have strayed away from the Imperium and now serve four beings known only as the four gods of chaos. Now, the thing about the Warhammer 40,000 the thing about Warhammer 40,000 lore, narrative, and canon is it's been very lore heavy, with things such as the Horus Heresy and the war against the Tyranids. But as far as narrative goes, there hasn't really been many big developments until the end of the 7th edition. Now, I started playing when 5th edition was new. I stopped playing when 6th edition was new, when 6th edition came out, because at that point it was getting quite expensive to keep up with everything. And during that time, I had a Space Marine army and I had a Tyranid army. At the moment, I am thinking about going back to Warhammer 40,000, but I'm planning on going back with a Necron army and a Tau army, because honestly, I find both those armies to be pretty cool, and I want to give them a shot. But I'm probably gonna wait until 8th edition comes out before I start, and here's why. Because of all of the narrative stuff that has happened at the end of the 7th edition, with things such as Raboot Guilliman, who is the main founder of the Ultramarines Legion, basically coming back from, well, I think it was being dead that he came back from. Either that or being in cryosleep. But, well, he's now back, and he's pretty much in charge of the Imperium, while the immortal God Emperor is still in his death-like slumber on the Golden Throne of Terra, which is the Warhammer 40,000 name for Earth. And, well, from what I read on the Warhammer 40,000 website, yes, there's a separate Warhammer 40,000 website from the Games Workshop website. This one, they're saying, is going to be the best yet, because basically what they're doing is they're slimlining the rules so that it's possible for you to have quick games. And you could also set up narrative-driven conflicts and open-ended conflicts, which honestly does actually sound pretty interesting, especially since one thing that I felt when used to play Warhammer 40,000 a lot was, yes, I can do a whole lot of cool things, but it just feels like they're here because they're just here. Now you and your opponent can actually come up with a logical reason as to why they're there. Why you can have a chapter master leap out of a spaceship in orbit, and survive the fall. And yes, that actually happened to me in one game. It was quite a funny one. I'll probably talk about it in another video if I decide to do one where I talk about funny things that happened while I used to play Warhammer 40,000. But yeah, you can do that sort of thing. And with streamlining the rules, it could also make it a bit easier for new players to get involved. Because one of the problems that I could kind of see people having with trying to get into the earlier editions of Warhammer 40,000 was that the rules were kind of hard to follow. Because there were so many things that didn't make sense or could be ruled out if you had certain requirements. But yeah, now that they're slimlining the rules to make it a little easier for people to get in, yeah, I think there's going to be a lot more people jumping in with 8th edition. Now all Games Workshop need to do is just lower the price of their figures. That's all you need to do, Games Workshop, and then you pretty much re-established the customer base that you had back in the 80s. I don't see any reason why you can't come back to having those sales figures if you just lower the pricing of the figures. This is already a step in the right direction by making the rules a little easier for people who don't really play that many tabletop games to easily understand. Oh, and also they announced I think it's a new army that they've revealed called the Death Guard, the Death Guard, which are a Nurgle exclusive army. Nurgle being one of the 4 gods of chaos, and these guys are all about that plague. Even in the trailer, the voiceover at the end pretty much says, "Our blood is poison, our saliva is venom." Yeah, you kind of see how they're obsessed with plague, especially since they're followers of Nurgle, who is the king of plague. But yeah, that's gonna be it. I'm kind of looking forward to 8th edition. I'm probably going to jump back in with 8th edition, maybe with a Necron and Tau, maybe with a Necron and a Tau army, maybe just one of them. I don't know. I'll think on it when it gets closer to releasing 8th edition. And also, be sure to leave a comment down below. Would you guys like to see a video where I say about some funny stories that happened to me when I used to play Warhammer 40,000 quite a lot? And trust me, I have some good ones. Not just the chapter master not just the chapter master doing an orbital bombardment with himself and managing to survive only to be killed a few turns later. Yeah, it was quite funny. But anyway, if you guys liked what you saw, then please be sure to like, comment, share, subscribe for more content. Also, please be sure to support me on my Patreon and follow me and follow me on Twitter and Facebook. And I will see you guys in the next video that comes up. Peace out.